On the line with me right now is the welterweight champion of the world, UFC champ George St-Pierre. A spectacular performance, a dominant performance on Saturday night. George, how are you feeling?
Feel great.
Now, that was a tough fight against Jon Fitch. Now, Jon Fitch, put up a great war. He's a tough guy. What are your thoughts on Jon Fitch as an opponent?
Well, Jon Fitch is like the Terminator. I tried to finish him many times, but he always came back.
Now, you were hitting him with everything from the kitchen sink to the couch to the table to the chair, and he just wouldn't go away. What was going through your mind when it was close in the first round, but then as the fight went on, this guy would not go away?
Tell you the truth, it was very discouraging. I was like, at one point in the ring, I'm telling you, I was praying. I was like, my God, I just hope everything gonna go well because I don't know what to do to finish this guy.
Now, you were very complimentary in the octagon. You were very complimentary. Most people don't see it at the post-fight press conference, but when you walked into the room, you went right to Jon Fitch. You were very complimentary. But it's like both you and Jon Fitch shared something that only true fighters can share. That's a 5-round fight.
Exactly. That's a war right there.
Now, it's the first time you guys have both gone 5 rounds. So when you were going into that 4th round and that 5th round, what did you have to do to motivate yourself to dig deep, to say, hey, you know what? I got to keep fighting here?
Well, my strategy, actually, to motivate myself, I knew Jon Fitch was very tough to submit on the ground. A lot of people in the past have tried to submit him, but they wouldn't be able, they couldn't do it. So I thought if I would try to go for a knockout, it would have gone my way, you know. So, but I actually realized that he was so hard to knock out as well. So to motivate myself, at one point, I just told myself, you know what, I'm gonna keep scoring and do my thing, and one time, I'm gonna get him good, and he's gonna stay on the ground, you know. But he always came back.
I love that nickname you gave him, the Terminator. One of the things that when we landed there in Minneapolis on Wednesday, I leaned over to Bobby, the senior producer at Sportsnet. I said, we're here to cover George's fight and Brock Lesnar, but at the same time, I'm going to keep my eyes around for BJ Penn because something tells me BJ Penn's going to be here because the minute George St-Pierre, should he win this fight and start an interview, I can see BJ Penn walking into the octagon. And then as soon as the fight was over, I saw him and Dana White get up and make their way into the octagon and almost cut off your interview. Now, I had a lot of people saying that, that BJ Penn disrespected you in that interview. Did you feel disrespected at all?
Well, he was nice on the ring, and he didn't say nothing really wrong. Maybe the only wrong thing is to come right away after my fight when I just finished fighting and right away challenge me, which is. But you know what? It's a sport, and. People they want to, it's a way to promote the fight, and you know what I mean. It's I don't really take it as an insult. For me, it's not really disrespect. It's part of the promotion.
You just nailed it right on the head, George. The promotion of the fight. We know BJ Penn tends to do whatever he can to promote a fight. Sometimes he needs that anger. He needs to dislike his opponent. What do you think he's going to probably do to promote this fight?
Well, he do it very well so far. Right now, I need vacation. I don't know who's my next opponent. I'm ready to fight whoever deserves a title shot, and I don't care. I'll fight whoever they give me. I'm not afraid of nobody, and I'm a proud champion. I don't want to duck nobody. I'm not how do you say, a coward, And I'll fight whoever they put in front of me.
You're listening to The Showdown. I am Showdown Joe. On the line with me right now is UFC welterweight champion George St-Pierre. George, you make a good point. It's time for a vacation. Have you been trying to relax after the fight? Do you plan on going away just to get away from everything before you return back to the turmoil?
Yeah, I'm going to Brazil maybe in 3 weeks. Vacation because I have stitches. I cannot train for like 3 weeks. Sparring. But I'm going to start, later this week, I'm going to start doing conditioning and pad and other stuff than sparring. So I like to be in shape. I always keep myself in shape. Even though I'm on vacation, I need to train. Otherwise, I go crazy.
Of course, you go down to Brazil, there's lots of good jiu-jitsu guys down there, and you've got a pretty good base down there to train with. You're going to work on some jiu-jitsu down there?
Absolutely.
When's that black belt coming?
Well, I don't really know about the belt. The belt is there to tie up your kimono, you know. It doesn't mean nothing to me.
Good point. Now, when I came back home on Sunday, I was checking my email, and I got a lot of emails complimenting Jon Fitch, a lot of emails talking about George St-Pierre and the great performance, and a few emails regarding some things that were said by some guys that you fought in the past. Now, Matt Hughes basically made a comment that he left the Target Center because, George St-Pierre wasn't big, he wasn't showing anything, and he was, bored with the fight. Do you agree with that statement? Like, what do you think Matt Hughes is trying to do here?
Yes, it was a very boring fight. I'm agreeing that he's anyway. That I don't know what to say. It's Matt Hughes, I don't understand why he said that.
Do you think he may have felt insulted or slighted that you said that Jon Fitch is the toughest fight to this day, and he probably thought, well, what about me? Wasn't I the toughest fight?
No, he was not the toughest fight, and you just have to look at the result of the fight. I get him in 2 rounds, and Jon Fitch stayed there for 5 rounds, and he's part of the new breed of mixed martial art fighter, Jon Fitch. Another level than these guys. They don't realize it sometimes, but that's the truth.
And I concur 100%. I'm actually really looking forward to Jon Fitch's next fight, and I'd love to see it on the undercard of your fight. If you do fight BJ Penn, another fighter that you fought in the past, Matt Serra, he had actually picked Fitch to win, but he was also very complimentary in your performance, saying, basically, I'm trying to paraphrase here, but George St-Pierre is just too athletic and too strong for anyone in the division. Your comments on that?
Well, that's nice for him to say that, and. That's he's gonna come back strong. He had a loss, but sometimes a loss is good. I'm sure he's gonna do a nice performance in his next fight.
Now, Matt was saying that his next performance or his next fight will be against Matt Hughes, and that is definitely a super fight that many mixed martial arts fans are looking to see. It has nothing to do with the weight rankings in the division. It's just simply a grudge match from the TV show. How do you see that fight in general? How do you break that fight down?
Well, if Matt Hughes stayed the same of his last couple of fights, he's gonna lose because he didn't look like he didn't do the sacrifice to be ready for the fight, and mentally he looked like he didn't have the drive anymore. But if he came very well prepared and everything, now it's gonna be very interesting. I don't know who will win that fight.
Well, it's safe to say we're not going to see you for at least a few months. I want to wish you the best of time in your relaxation in Brazil, and we definitely look forward to speaking to you if the BJ fight gets signed. Just one last question regarding your contract with the UFC. You guys are in negotiations right now. How's it going?
Well, it's going well, but it's not with me. It's my manager. She handled everything. I got the best manager in the world, and she look forward the best of my interest, and it's coming pretty soon. Where they're working on it.
And I agree 100% because she treats me very well. I could just imagine how she treats you, George. Thank you very much for taking the time. I want to wish you the best of luck.